Alright, hi boys and girls, welcome to our next multiplication lesson. I've got the page projected, but if you want to follow along in your textbook, this is on page 133. Alright, our problem says May has 5 bags with 3 square crackers in each bag. Sophia has 3 bags with 5 fish crackers in each bag. How many crackers does each friend have? All right, we'll start with May. She has 5 bags with 3 crackers in each bag. So our repeated addition equation, let's see, there's 3 in each bag. So that would be the number we're adding, 3 plus, and then we're going to add it 5 times, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and I'm going to go make sure I wrote 3 5 times. Okay, I did. Then equals. Right, if you want to count to help you, you can, but try and count by 3s instead of 1s. Ready? Let's do it together. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So that's 5 3s, which is the same as, what would our multiplication equation be? It's right there, right? It would be 5 times 3. So this is the same as this, right? And what's our answer? Let's do it one more time. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh, it's 15. So May has 15 crackers, or 15 square crackers. Now let's find out how many fish crackers Sophia has. All right, so we know that Sophia has 5 crackers in each bag, and she has 3 bags. So our repeated addition equation for that, let's see, we're adding 5, and we're adding 5 3 times. So 5 plus 5 equals. All right, so let's skip count by 5s to figure out what that is. Are you ready? 5, 10, 15. All right, so we've got 3 fingers up. So we know we counted by 5 3 times. So the last number we said would be 3 times 5. So what was it? Right, it was 15. So each of the girls have 15 crackers. And 5 groups of 3 and 3 groups of 5 have the same total. Or that means that the answer is the same. So 3 times 5 is the same as 5 times 3. It does not matter which order we put it in. So 5 times 3 equals 15, and 3 times 5 equals 15. So multiplication in this way is like addition, because when we're adding, does it matter which order we add our numbers in? It doesn't matter, right? We can, let's see, 9 plus 5 is the same as 5 plus 9. And it doesn't matter, we can switch the order around. So multiplication is like addition in this way, in that it does not matter which number comes first and which number comes second. The answer is going to be the same. Okay, let's see. All right. So let's look over here at these groups of dots that we have up. This one has 2 dots in each row, and it has 3 rows. So if we're looking at each row, our repeated addition equation for this, what would it be? Looking at how many are in each row, we've got 2 in each row, right? So 2 plus 2 plus 2, because we're looking at how many in each row, and then we'll add it for how many rows we have. So 2 and 2 and 2. All right, class, what does that equal? Good, that equals 6. Okay. Now let's look over here. We've got 3 in each row. So what would our repeated addition equation be? Since we've got 3, we're adding rows, so we've got 3 in each row, so it's 3 plus, and we're going to add 3 as many times as we have rows. We just have 2, so it's going to be 3 plus 3 equals, what is that, class? Good, 3 plus 3 equals 6. So 3 groups of 2 is the same as 2 groups of 3. Okay. So that's true for all multiplication. Every time we're multiplying, it does not matter which order our numbers are in, it's still going to be the same. So let's see, let's just put up an example. So 5 times 10 is going to be the same thing as 10 times 5. Let's figure it out. We can figure it out either way that we want to. We can skip count by 5s 10 times. Let's start with that, skip counting by 5 10 times. You can use your fingers to keep track. Let's go. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, so what's 5 times 10? Right, it's 50. So let's just double check and make sure that 10 times 5 is the same. It should be, but I'll just make sure. So I'll count by 10 5 times. Ready? Count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Right, so that's the last number I said. I was counting by tens. I've got 5 fingers up, so I know I did it 5 times. And what was the last number I said? Right, it was 50. So when we're multiplying, the order of our numbers doesn't matter. We can solve it either way that we want. Like I said, if it was easier for you to skip count by tens 5 times, great, solve it that way. If it's easier for you to skip count by 5s 10 times, terrific, solve it that way, either way. That's good. All right, so let's look at page 134. In our textbook, you do not need to fill yours out, but if you want to follow along and be looking at your textbook, you can. Our first one, we've got some hair clips, and here they're laid out in groups of 2. How many groups of 2 do we have? Good, we have 4 groups of 2. So we could write that 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, or that's our repeated addition equation. For multiplication, it would be 4 times 2. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8. What's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2? Right, it's 8. And what's 4 times 2? Remember, these are just different ways of writing the same thing, so our answer is going to be the same. What's 4 times 2? And it's 8. If I wanted to check, I could skip count by 2s 4 times 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, so I know that answer is correct. Now we have the same clips, but they're laid out in 2 groups of 4. So as an addition equation, repeated addition equation, it would be 4 plus 4. So if we only have 2 groups, our repeated addition equation looks like a regular addition equation. But if we've got more than 2 groups, then we're going to need to have more than 2 numbers that we're adding together. All right, so 4 plus 4, what is that, class? That is 8. And 2 times 4 is the same thing, but let's just double check, skip counting by 4s, 4, 8. All right, good. So Once again, we're just seeing it doesn't matter what order we multiply our numbers in, the answer is still going to be the same. Now let's look at number 2. We've got our marbles all laid out in a row, and there's 2 different ways we can look at it. We can say, hey, they're in groups of 8, right? This is one group. There's 8 in each group, and then we have 3 of those groups. So 8 plus 8 plus 8, or we would say 8 times 3. So that's one way we can look at these marbles. The other way that we can look at them is that they're in groups of 3, right? Like this. And there are groups of 3 and 8 of those groups all together. So 3 plus 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 3, or 3 times 8. All right. So either way, let's figure out what it is. And you know what? I think let's skip count by 3s because we haven't learned skip counting by 8s yet. All right. Are you ready? Let's skip count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. All right, it looks like 3 times 8 is 24. I think that's right, but maybe I'll just double check it before I put the answer down for sure. I want to make sure I put the right answer before I put it down. So I'll do 8 times 3. I'll add it together, 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay. I know that 8 plus 8, since I know my doubles, 8 plus 8 is what? It's 16, right? And then plus another 8 is 24. Oh, good. So both my answers are the same. So that lets me know my answer is right. All right, and then that last one there, it says 8 times 3 equals 3 times what? So this one is not looking for our answer. Don't put 24 there because that would not be right, because 24 times 3, that's a big number. Okay. But 8 times 3 is the same as 3 times what? Hey, it's the same as 3 times 8. All right, you can go ahead and finish this page in your textbook. And after that, I will put the 2 workbook pages for you to do in this assignment. Let me know if you have any questions or if you're finding multiplication kind of tricky. I don't know why I like multiplication, and last year my students said they thought multiplication was easier than adding. So let me know what you think about that.